It's Friday night and we're alright. The beer is flowing freely. The student life's the only life. I mean that most completely. Here comes no life and soul. He likes to think his student life is so under control. Every night a different girl. Every night a new date. Living in social world. Meanwhile his flatmate is in a state of discouraged, sick with worry, wondering how to break the news, wondering which way to ease him in or hit him hard. Either way you lose, agonize, compromise, not surprising, weak is confused. So Arnold takes his flatmate weight, sits at home and contemplates how does no get a flirt, or Rick stays in and wears a skirt. Oh, just how do you get no under control? 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 The girls prefer an old man. The girls prefer a winner. To be cry on their shoulder and confess that he's a sinner.
And they all lived happily ever after. Everyone likes a happy ending. Now, whether this story is going to have a happy ending or not, it's a little early to tell. What I can tell you, though, is it doesn't have a very happy beginning. I've always kept a diary, ever since I was 11 years old. Just loved writing. Oh, I'm Richard, by the way, Richard Branson. Let's just clear something up right from the start, though, shall we? I'm not the Richard Branson. I don't look like him, I don't sound like him, and deep inside, really, I think you know I'm not him. Can you imagine what it's like going through life with a name like Richard Branson? I mean, for Richard Branson, it's probably not too bad. Quite convenient, in fact, saves confusion. But for me, it's the little things. A policeman stops me for a minor motoring offence. He's friendly enough. Name, he says. So I tell him. Next thing I know, he's called for armed backup. Or I meet someone in a pub, at a party. They introduce themselves. I introduce myself. They laugh. So you tell them it's not a joke. Then they go all quiet, embarrassed. So you have to do all the talking. But halfway through your next sentence, you realise they're not listening to you anymore. They're glazing over. They think they've attracted a nutter. What should be a simple conversation suddenly becomes a psychological battle of wills. Their minds are racing. Should they smile? Should they run? Should they reach for their Virgin Mobile and call for help? Is it safe to mention trains or balloons? Well, look, I'm sorry, but my name is Richard Branson. Why? Well, because my dad's name was Branson, my mother married him, and jointly they decided to call me Richard. They didn't even, bless them, have the foresight or invention to offer me a middle name to seize upon in times of stress. Richard Joe Branson, perhaps, allowing me to quietly drop the Richard. And before you suggest it, something told me from a very early age, deep inside, I could never be a dick. There are Dicks and there are Richards, and never the twain. So yes, I am Richard Branson, but no, I'm not the Richard Branson. Sorry, what was I? Oh yes, happy endings and diaries. Well, most of it was just the usual trivial nonsense, you know. Got up, cleaned teeth, went to school, read a book, came home. Got up, cleaned teeth, went to school, did lessons, came home, did my homework. I always did my homework. I was a conscientious little kid. That's something I inherited from my dad. The other thing I inherited from my dad was his total lack of ambition. I got my first job when I was 16. My only job. Wasn't even the job I went for. Got on a bus, the wrong bus as it happened, and turned up outside Jessop's, the local forge. There was a sign up, apprentices needed. Been there ever since. So that was it really. Got up, cleaned teeth, went to work, came home, went to bed, got up, cleaned teeth, went to work. Until that year, 2000, the new millennium. But by then, I'd been married for a while. March the 3rd, 1978. Got up, cleaned teeth, got married. Well, you do, don't you? Gay, my wife, she worked for the same firm in the packing department. When I met her, she'd already been there forever, and she was still only 19. She must have left school when she was about 6. Anyway, after we got married, she packed up the packing department, went off to be a housewife. You know, bake cakes, have kids, that sort of thing. Except we never had the kids. Not quite sure why. I think we were doing it right. I suppose there must have been something wrong with one of our bits and pieces. We never looked into it, so to speak. Somehow there wasn't quite the energy to bother. So, that was me, 78, and onwards just tootling along, really. And then, as I say, came 2000, the new millennium. Cool. Now, that year, my diary had a few more, what you might call, significant entries. I'd just gone back to work after the Christmas break. You know, the sort of thing, got up, cleaned teeth, ate turkey, pulled cracker. I never had an inkling that anything was wrong. But then one day, 3rd of January to be exact, my wife got up, cleaned her teeth, and walked out on me. I later found out she'd been having an affair with someone called George, who she met on the bus every Tuesday going to the local Asda. I thought things had reached an all-time low, but I was wrong. I next found out from some kind soul at work who felt obliged to tell me that George was in fact a 52-year-old lesbian with orange spiky hair. no competition. I mean, come on, I'm willing to try most things, but I'd never manage the hair. Amongst the many things I felt at that moment, I also felt a little bit stupid. I mean, I'd married someone called Gay, and she turned out to be gay. It wasn't as if her parents hadn't tried to warn me when they christened her. So, that was it really. That was January. Good start. And then came February. February the 7th. Henry's my brother, by the way. Younger brother by 4 years. Henry died today. 11:15. That was it. Couldn't find any other words. We all knew it was coming, of course, but somehow I still didn't quite prepare you. I still thought that whatever the doctors were saying, that just go away. It didn't go away. Henry went away instead. He's never coming back. I never felt quite so alone in all my life. And then, 1 week later, Valentine's Day. First thing I did today was check the letterbox. I was secretly hoping there might be a card from Gay saying she'd made a terrible mistake with the orange-haired lesbian, and could we try again? What I actually got was a letter from Jessop's, the firm I'd spent half my waking life with since I was 16 years old. They were closing with a loss of 60 jobs. One of them, mine.
Now it's
man like him love no one. He was brave, but he lost his fight.
Hey ho, that's the way it goes. One step forward, 2 steps back. Hey ho, that's the way it goes. Just another day in the life of working class heroes.
March the 3rd, my wedding anniversary. I bought her this. I've been keeping it a secret ever since Christmas. It's a musical box in the shape of a piano. She collected them. Musical boxes, that is, not pianos. Our house wasn't big enough to collect pianos. It was hardly big enough for musical boxes. I found this one in a car boot sale. Couldn't resist it. I wasn't going to tell her that, of course. I mean, it looks new, you know, in an old sort of way. Antique new, if you know what I mean. I couldn't resist it. It played a strange, sad little tune, which haunted me. Still does. She never opened it. So there you have it in a nutshell. In the space of 2 months, I've lost my job, my brother, and my wife. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, look, pal, my heart bleeds and all that. But I paid good money to come here tonight, expecting a few laughs and a catchy tune. I did not come to listen to 2 hours of some bloke depressing the hell out of me. Well, I'm sorry. It's not going to be like that, I promise. Bear with me. It's just that, well, I did tell you that this story didn't have a very happy beginning, but if you're going to understand the story and follow it, you're going to have to understand where I was coming from when I wrote this letter.
Love
Richard?
Sorry?
Richard! Maxine Shepherd, take a seat.
Thanks.
You're not what I was expecting.
Neither are you.
Oh, what were you expecting?
I don't know, someone a bit more, professory.
Professory?
Yeah. What were you expecting?
Someone a bit more studenty?
Right. I'm sorry. You mean I'm too old?
No, I have lots of mature students here. Some are even older than you. Sorry. This was one hell of a letter.
Was it?
Well, you wrote it.
I didn't read it.
No, I can believe that. You talk about losing your job. You don't actually say what it is you did.
Oh, I worked in a forge.
Oh, so what does that make you? A forger?
I've never been very good with money. Technically, I suppose I was a blacksmith.
A blacksmith?
Mm.
How fabulous! The last of a dying breed of traditional country craftsmen.
It wasn't quite like that.
What was it like?
Well, just think of a hot room full of sweaty men.
Sorry, what did you make?
Wrought iron gates mainly, and some bits and pieces for industry. Nothing very interesting.
And how long did you do that for?
27 years.
27 years?
Yeah. I left school at 16.
Richard, the little written test I asked you to do for me.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I found it really hard. I had to go to the library and look up all sorts
Richard!
I didn't want you to think I knew all that stuff about the,
Richard, it was fine.
Was it?
In fact, considering your background, it was amazingly good.
But I had to use books.
It's okay.
Is it?
Yes.
Well, it's not cheating.
No, it's research. Everybody does it.
All right. I didn't just copy the books. I tried to balance out what they were saying and come to some sort of overall,
I know.
Do you? How do you know?
Because I know which books you used.
All right.
One of them was mine, yes?
Yes. Sorry, I never realised.
Richard, the term started 3 weeks ago and the history course is full.
Sorry, I'm wasting your time.
Hold on! If you're wasting my time, you wouldn't be here. As I said, this was one hell of a letter. You really want to do this, don't you?
I need to do something.
Right, well it's my job to decide whether you're going to fit in here or not. For your sake as well as ours. I think you've got the brain.
Yeah.
I know you've got the desire,
Yeah.
but
But
you haven't got the clothes.
clothes.
Studenty clothes.
Oh, I can buy clothes.
Buy clothes. Oh no,
Oh, sorry.
it's all right, come in. This is Richard.
Hi.
Hello.
Noel is one of our mature students. I use the adjective advisedly. Noel, you have a guess why Richard's here? Go
No.
on. Have a guess, he won't bite.
Government inspector.
Richard, would you mind waiting outside for a moment? I'd like to have a word with Noel. Do you mind?
Of course, yeah. No, whatever, yeah.
Thank you. Noel, I need a favour.
Yeah? What?
Well, first things first. Last week's essay.
Oh, yeah. What do you think?
The usual. What it lacked in research, it made up for in imaginative thinking.
Is that good or bad?
Both. History is certainly open to interpretation. That's what makes your essays so exhilarating. But if you could just sort of toss in the odd fact here and there.
Yeah, all right. Point taken.
If you spent half the time opening books as you do bra straps, you'd be a genius.
Look, you mentioned a favour.
Yes, Richard. He wants to join us.
Join us.
Yes, as a mature student. He's had a rough couple of months and, well, he really needs to do this. But the only way I can fit him in is if he joins in on your one-to-one sessions.
Well, then it'll be a 1-to-2 session.
No, think of it more of a one-to-one-to-one session. Look, I'll ask someone else. I just thought he was more your sort of age group.
Okay.
Good. It'd be good for you. Give you someone to bounce off. Not that you need anyone to bounce off.
Anyway, going round with a government inspector is seriously going to cramp my style.
Well, you could help reinvent himself.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't know, give him a new image, a makeover, bring him into the 21st century.
I mean, that would be a challenge.
And a challenge I'm sure you'll rise to. Here's a £5. Go and buy some clothes like yours.
Aha.
Richard,
Yeah.
come in. Right, Richard, I'm going to leave you in Noel's capable hands. I've got some paperwork to sort out with the Dean. We have a new student joining us.
All right.
Welcome to the university.
Really?
Really?
Oh, Mrs. Shepherd.
Actually, it's Miss Shepherd.
Sorry. Thanks.
Actually, it's Max. Richard, how old are you?
43.
Noel, how old are you?
42.
This is what you're going to look like this time next year. I'll leave you in Noel's capable hands.
Christ. Well. Richard, yeah?
Yeah.
Richard what?
Branson.
Richard Branson?
Don't. I've had 40 years of it.
I bet you have. Why don't you change your name?
Because it's my name.
Well, so what? Noel's my name.
Yeah, there was nothing wrong with Noel.
Well, my surname's Edmonds.
No.
Yeah.
Noel Edmonds.
Yeah. Well, you know, I had a choice. I could start wearing woolly sweaters, or I could change my name. Now, I'm Noel James.
Why James?
Well, it's my middle name.
Yeah, well, I haven't got a middle name.
Anyway, you're not going round university following me round with a name like Richard Branson.
Thanks a lot.
Rick. Yeah, we could call you Rick.
What?
Rick Branson. Yeah, knocks years off you. And it doesn't sound famous. Where are you staying?
Yeah, I never thought about Rick. That's amazing. Yeah, all right. I'll be Rick. Yeah. Where am I staying? I don't know. I've got nothing sorted yet. I thought I might try the student halls of residence.
Oh, no.
No?
No, we don't do that.
Don't we? Why not?
Well, they're full of sad bastards, Rick. People who read poetry books and play extremely badly tuned guitars. Extremely badly. Yeah, people with beards. Extremely bad beards. No, Rick, you stick with me. There'll be sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Yeah, my bachelor pad is